Alright, so last time on D&D, the party set off from the barracks to head to the Yuan-Ti, but instead of making it there on their first attempt, it seems that instead they were first met up with Jack, but then we were ambushed by that giant millipede creature that you previously fought. This time coming out on top, sending it off a cliff also with 2 party members who thankfully survived after a terrible crisis. The party then wanted to lower a repaired board ship into the water and then sail that to the Yuan-Ti. Instead, that didn't go so well, and instead the warship crashed and destroyed the docks and pretty much all the usable boats that are in High Cliff. So picking up right there, what do you party want to do? We're all still waiting on the cliff side, I imagine, because the boat, you had to lower it, so you're basically on the cliff. Yes, it's super lowered. Yeah.
How did Cab and I get down there, if at all? Or are we still up on the cliff?
You guys spent like 20 minutes, I think you guys took 20 to use mend a bunch of times to mend the warship, but then when you tried to lower it, you just kind of let it go, basically, I'm pretty sure is what my memory is repairing, and then it fell like almost upside down onto the docks and destroyed it.
I think, yeah, and you and Cab came down, I think, in that 20 minutes?
I think you climbed, I was pretty sure, because I remember Ben asking whether Cab could use acrobatics instead of athletics.
Yeah, you're like athletics. Because you're big muscle.
No, you used acrobatics.
Big muscle. Big muscle, like huge bod. Okay, that makes sense to me. Feel free to leave shivering truths off that, by the way, I don't see it.
Does the party want to go back to the barracks, or does the party want to try to travel by land, or does the party have a different option or a different idea?
We can't travel by land. That was the whole point of getting the boat. And we had a boat because Josh liked boats.
No, we had a boat because then we wouldn't have to be worried about getting ambushed by slime monsters as we travel as much, at least.
Slime monsters seem to not be very nice.
Yes, they also don't like salt water, I think.
Though that was never proven.
Water? Just salt?
I guess, yeah, that wasn't ever proven.
I guess we'll just travel by land. I ain't afraid of no fucking slime monster.
I am.
I don't want to fight them. Touching them feels weird.
Feels weird, huh?
Well, I've cast my vote in.
I mean, we don't really have another option.
Somebody can figure out how to make the boat do both things.
It would take a lot of mending.
This is the wrong map. I want to go to...
1 million mend.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. I have 0 men, so I don't care if I don't get out like that.
Wait. If we take, like, 2 hours and everyone bodyguards me, can I mend the boat?
Make a perception check, because you guys are still up on the cliff, so it's kind of far away. clearly see that the boat has been smashed, possibly beyond your own repair.
Poop. Poop.
Build a new boat? Yeah, I think.
Does anyone know how to build a boat?
Probably someone, right?
What does Josh think? What does Josh want to do?
Josh, our local boat expert.
I don't know, I mean, you could climb the rope down and then climb the rope back up or just repair the boat, but I imagine it's not going to be repairable. I feel like mending can only do so much.
Yeah.
Does the party want to escape through the city and travel by land?
Yes. I feel like that's where we're going, so.
Okay, how do you guys want to sneak back out? I have the map open so you can see. So the purple line was the ropeways, and the blue line cuts through the lower district and the lower towns.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we should probably all just stick together.
Yes.
I still think I am too heavy. I am, in fact, too heavy. I hate it when that happens. But I don't think split up is a good idea anymore.
True facts.
Let's see. I can do about this.
I mean, we can go the non-rope way, the regular way to the lower quarter.
I am completely fine with that. I was like, what?
Clang has one demand. He wants a piggyback ride from Gensha.
Yeah, okay.
Excellent!
Alright, so if we're going to do that, everybody make 2 stealth checks.
A piggyback ride? Wait your turn.
I want to get one right on my back, and then get the that. Absolutely not. Sounds like everyone's in agreement.
Everyone's getting piggyback rides from everybody else. It's like a circle.
Yeah, Taryn can ride on your back. There we go. Yeah, a wheel.
Nobody has to walk. Everybody rides in somebody else's back.
If we all roll together, we'll look like one of the monsters and confuse them, so they won't attack us.
Oh, I need a second check. That's right. There you go. Oops. There you go. Wait, why can't I get that too? Roll once. Have you made it? Okay, wait. I forgot I have disadvantage on stealth checks, so my first one was 12, and I crit failed on my second one. Okay, so piggyback on the trend or it was a bad idea.
Does my good stealth check cancel out Gensha's terrible stealth check?
No.
Still finding coming, stop.
Okay, so here's how I imagine it. The party... Oh, that's tough. Does the party know where they're going to get to the Yuan-Ti? Because you guys didn't really get, like, a super good explanation, I don't think, or you guys don't really have, like, a detailed map of where to travel through. How are you guys planning to get there after this? So I just want to know, because it'll help me.
Well, if we kind of wander in their general direction, they'll probably find us, right?
top of that mountain, right? That we were at before? Am I wrong?
That's not true.
Okay, I'm incredibly wrong.
Rules for the experience.
So I just want to know, so you guys are just going to wander, like, in their direction until you get picked up, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't really have anything else.
Okay.
You want your ice cream?
Easily make, like, checks to look for tracks, trails, and such. That's what we did before.
Just go into the woods and yell, "Speedball!" That's Clay's plan.
I think that's where they're heading.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear on that. Alright, so here's how I imagine it goes, is the party leaves the cliffside, making their way around stealthily, until at one point, as you guys are walking through some side channel, like that cuts off, but like behind a butcher's shop, Gensho walks by a fishery and, looking at a really nice chain net, accidentally knocks this huge chain down from the wall. It slams onto the ground, and in the moderate silence of the city, it carries for miles.
That's so bad. Very good. Y'all going down with me. I'm getting that. Yeah, so are we good?
The ground is like so dry and cragged. You see a couple of the creatures jumping around, but as you're leaving, you suddenly see like a barrel tip over in front of your party. What does the party want to do? It's just... You kill the barrel? Roll to hit that barrel.
Oh, please. You're a nut. I'm saying I'm like, bash the barrel. Oh no, you smashy man. I smash it bad. You think I'll cry.
Alright, so you take the stick and you bring it down on the broadside of the barrel. It makes a like a thunderous clam noise, and then the end of it pops off. Beautiful fresh wine rolls out into the muddy clay ground, emptying its contents.
A beautiful what?
A bunch of wine.
I asked Gadget for a sword for ritual suicide. Absolutely would not. We'll find more wine barrels from the wine. I guess I asked Aaron for a sword for ritual suicide. You can't just ask me. You just ask Aaron for... Kill yourself. Find more wine.
Oh man. Alright, Clang has an idea. Because Gensha's not very stealthy, Clay's going to drape his tiny invisibility cloak that smells bad over Gensha's head, and now it looks like he's flying because Gensha's like waist up is invisible, therefore making her more stealthy.
I crouch. I crouch so that I am almost completely covered. So it looks like Clang is levitating.
This is the greatest combo.
I had completely forgotten about your smelly cloak of invisibility.
Yes.
Now Gensha smells like a sweaty footlocker.
I sort of already smelled like a sweaty footlocker, let's be honest. I'm hot, you know, but I'm a sweaty footlocker. It's all good.
we should probably move on, because you did make a loud thud on that empty wine barrel.
I start crying, but then I say I do not recall. I'm going to keep my morning star ready and then start moving forward.
Alright, as you guys are moving through the lower districts, you come across, it's a very crude wall in the lower district. It's not even high enough that a large creature couldn't just jump over it. But there's actually a southern gate there. Would you guys like to leave through the southern gate, or venture back through the doors you originally came here through? This is the southern gate.
Southern gate. Southern gate.
I can't recall kind of difficult way through the original entrance was, so I'm going to say Southern Gate 2. You find my tiny circle like that. So I can't really... How low can I see out from my cloak?
I don't imagine you can actually see out of it. On the inside it's like a piece of fabric.
Yeah, but like when you put a piece of fabric up to your face, usually you can see through it.
Yeah, but it's like a cloak. It's like a felt.
I'm just gonna assume that Lang is sort of guiding me. I'm like a small horse.
You can poke your face out.
We're back to masterclass.
Clay will arrange it so you can see through it, like poke your face out, but then like cue you for your peripheral, because you probably don't have peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind you leading me around for now, and I'm just like tapping on the surprise attack people.
Okay.
I think that would be much stealthier.
That sounds fun. Plain agrees. It's like
Plan activated.
rock and sock and robots, except you're riding the robot. Yes.
Alright, I just need you to go. If you're going through the southern gate, who goes first? And everybody make perception checks.
Why?
I can go first if people want, but I will go first. Aaron, I pushed Aaron out of the way. I'm like, I'm doing this because I care. Wait. Yeah. I get it. 18 perception on this. Do you want me to make one too?
Everybody.
That's damage for perception? Nice.
What I would expect from having a cloak over your head. Alright, so what I imagine is... Wait, Josh didn't roll, but then he rolled twice. Oh, it's a quarterstaff. Yeah, everybody gets perception.
It's all good. Morgan is with us. Snort is with the party.
I imagine Snort is just secretly still unconscious, and we'll just roll with that, because it's a good cover.
Yeah. I don't know.
She doesn't like us. Let's see. So, Cab and Clang and Terran, you perceive just outside the gate. You can't really see it, but you hear a large animal making some kind of moaning noise and stammering about.
I'm gonna tap Gensha a bunch and tell Gensha that there is a thing and to prepare. big loud. We'll keep you posted. How far away does it sound?
It seems like it's just right outside the gate, but you can't see it. It's short enough that it's covered by a 15-foot wall, but it sounds large enough that it could pull a cart easily.
Wait. Is it Grungo?
You guys gonna go look? Well, you can't just ask a question, you have to go see.
I'm gonna go look. Knowledge Grungo?
If Clay's going, I'll just leave.
Yeah, I just show you where to go with my feet, like one does with a horse.
Whatever it is. I mean, I've seen Clank fight. Clank's strong.
Oh, he says I'm strong.
It's a with my formula.
Alright, so I imagine pretty much all of the party is gonna just go see?
Yeah, we got a peek.
Alright. The party goes up to these big wooden timber gates, peeks through the cracked doorway, and on the other side there's a big three-horned creature. Looks like it's tied up to a post or something, and it's just stammering about. It looks like it's in rough shape.
Does it have worms?
Not that you can perceive.
It's tied up?
Yeah, it's bound by a mouth harness.
What do you see? What is it?
It's a big old dinosaur.
What kind of dinosaur? It appears to be a triceratops. I throw the cloak off of myself.
Time to handle animal. Yeah.
Why do you do advantage on that?
Oh, I thought you meant like I have a +2 to handle animal.
Oh. What do you do to this animal?
I'm gonna go up to this animal and pat its face.
This creature is frightened because suddenly against you appeared out of nowhere, and then a birdman jumped up and started patting it on the face.
Yeah, but I have a high handle animal roll.
But it's based on your context.
What?
Are you familiar with the oxpecker?
No!
You put bugs on its animal.
Aha! I like bugs.
There you go.
Do I have to roll to eat some bugs?
No. You can just eat some bugs if you're finding them.
Okay. Do I find some good bugs?
There's bugs there's flies all around its face.
I'm gonna eat them.
Okay.
Does this make the animal feel comforted?
No. This animal looks extremely dehydrated.
Oh, I can create water. I will do that. And also eat some bugs.
Have they been torturing it or something? Or are they using it as a combat animal?
It's probably just been left there. And its owner probably got turned into a big slug monster.
Just a second.
I'll whisper it to you. Well, the bird boy produces water. Yes, you can.
Okay, water created.
And actually create water, and then the monk gives the water to the creature, because that's what his handle animal check does. And then the animal is much more friendly now.
Cool. I'm gonna continue to eat bugs off this animal. Also, I just had a great idea, but it is not relevant right now, so I guess I won't tell anyone.
You have 60 on your nature check? It's a dinosaur, it's got 3 horns, and it eats grass and makes big poops.
Yeah.
It has. Alright.
New mount, new mount, new mount.
Alright, I'm just gonna cut the leash on it.
I figured that would be best.
Alright, we saw through the leather pieces on the mouth and the head leash, and it all comes off as one big piece of leather. The creature does not immediately leave, instead it just kind of goes over and starts eating a nearby bush.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm gonna continue to sit on its neck and pick bugs off its face.
This would, a creature like this would be incredibly useful to rampage us through the forest.
Yeah.
To carry back things.
Yeah.
What would the party like to do next? Does the party want to continue on, or?
Yeah, but I'd like to bring the Triceratops with us.
Alright.
I like to bring the dinosaurs with us. I like to bring the dinosaurs with us.
I'm already writing it.
I'm gonna ride it. Is there anything around where I could just like lash a little bit of feed onto him and just bring it with us? So that was a pack in for him.
Yeah, you can make I think it's investigation now is what it is, right? I think that's the new search.
Yeah, the search was into before, right?
Yep. Let's see. Does anybody else want to do any investigation or look for anything else? There seems to be a couple of buildings and a lot of fencing in this area, just outside the gate area. It looks like it's a bunch of ranches.
Can I use a perception to double check that the dinosaur does not have worms?
Do we have like a health check or something still?
Medicine, probably. Yeah, that's medicine.
I would give one of those checks.
I crit failed. But also crit on the other side! What? This is indeed a butt.
Alright. I'll go right down the list. Wow. Okay, so for Cab's medicine check, are you checking the creature for worms? Alright, you open up its mouth, you check its pupils, you wrap your arms around its torso. You believe that there is no heathen gods residing within this creature? You did. You gave him like a big A+, and you like drew it on his face.
That's rock, bud. That's me putting my mic down so that you guys don't hear me getting more.
Cough, cough, cough.
Yeah, you had it. He's coming. Wait, I just three popcorn. Oh, dude, so there's a scout cat.
Well, the top's getting kind of hot. Let me get some to prop it up on. Sometimes. Okay, so Genshin, you go to the nearby housing area. You don't find anything in the house, but as soon as you walk out the back door, you find a whole set of like really nice saddle leathers, and you find a cart that looks like it has suspension set for an animal of that size. You probably need at least two people.
I mean, I am strong as fuck. Probably you, actually. I know, that's why I was doing the session about it. I go back and say, and tell them what I found. I agree. Before I even ask. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually okay with that. You're right. Yeah. Then you have to call Roxford by his true name.
Let's see, so Josh is investigating. Josh looks around. There's some, in the nearby house, there's like sets of supplies that look very well organized. He notes that there's some kind of like, there's a flower he's very familiar with, and the flower, even though it's been picked, has yet to fade, so that he knows that there's at least been people here since, there's been people here yesterday, quite possibly.
So Quinn understands.
I react in a similar fashion to them just leaving him here.
This means there's supplies nearby, right?
That's the same assumption. I did find a completely intact, usable cart.
I'm the thief!
Or crime.
You criminals. That's a good strength. Where's Gensha's strength?
Oh, you're right.
Oh. Oh.
Very good.
Can I take 20 to raid the supplies?
You can. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Shiny objects and food, probably.
You load up on rations very easily. You load up like a huge satchel of like trail rations and some hastily made like breads and rolls. And some hardtack.
Weapons anywhere?
There aren't any weapons that you guys saw while investigating. If you want to investigate directly for weapons, then you can make a separate roll. We'll see if you find anything. Meanwhile,
Yep. It was a butt.
I just imagine
It was a dinosaur butt.
your little bird face opens up and it was a butt.
Yeah. My 13 is also for weapons.
alright.
Oh, my kneecap.
I'm not worried about weapons, but I'm gonna do one last roundup for we need potions and I still need feed for the dinosaur. So I'll just throw in a potion check and dinosaur check. Wow. Some good rolls. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. God. She did about like 5.
Some bad rolls. Alright, so, thankfully you actually do find animal food because it's very plentiful and everywhere. So even with a bad investigate, you have to stick your thumb in your eye not to find it. Klein, you don't find much of any shiny objects, but you do find there's a box full of like, what looks to be some kind of like glowing rocks.
Aha! Aha! This counts as shiny.
Yeah, but they're like, it's like, almost looks like pieces of blue glass.
How large is the box?
It's about the size of a shoebox.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna carry it off on my noggin.
Alright. And Josh I whispered to, Klein got a whisper for that one. And Benny, you do find there is some kind of like wheat-based or barley-based alcohol, some kind of beer in a couple of large canisters.
I can see there's one
Just give it to the animal.
oh no, I'm gonna have a hold on to it. So I guess I'm gonna have to. And then it's just like you put it in the line and I'm like, what? I'll serve you if you make me. I'll serve you. Get our pack and he's drunk. Can you have a little? No, only thing going in his mouth is food and water. So you gotta have a little.
What about bugs?
I'm sure you can load up on fucking grubs and things in the cart.
No, I mean, can we feed the dinosaur bugs?
Oh, sorry. That was me, I had to refresh my page.
That was great. Can we feed the dinosaur bugs? Yes or no? No.
More for me, I guess.
We can play with
Huh?
dinosaur some food that I have. We could probably send the grubs with alcohol and then eat it. It looks like alcohol.
Tequila worm.
What? Is it a real tequila?
Yeah.
Alright, The party's got the creature all settled up. Does the party want to head out?
Yes. I couldn't find anything, so I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna show Gensha my shiny rocks that I found while we're walking.
Those are some real shiny rocks, my friend.
Yes.
Wowie.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't think I can detect magic. Let me look.
Can I be the one that, yeah, it's alright, but I'm gonna be the one that, I guess, steers the dinosaur.
So the party's just gonna ride on the dinosaur?
Oh, we can.
I figured someone would steer the dinosaur, and then the rest of the people would ride the car.
That sounds good. I don't think we'll ride anymore.
I think mine's only 2.
Great rolls tonight. Go to.
Oh, well, if you saw my detect magic roll. Oh, not really.
It's not magic.
It's not magic, they just glow. Cool.
I like the eye sockets.
No.
I hop up on the back of Grogu 2 and pat him on the head. Prosper. And then we get going.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Alright. So the party sets off. The rest of the party is sitting in the back of the cart with supplies, animal food, all of their mischievously captured belongings, a sleeping snort, and you're setting off. It's like mid-afternoon as you're setting off. And basically the area is like very jungly where you are. The heat is sweltering. It's like 90 and humid, and it's just like everybody is drenched in their own clothing.
Do birds sweat?
I can dig it. I don't think birds sweat, actually.
Then I will probably just go to sleep.
Alright, so the party's making their way. The humanity is killing you. The animal seems to just not mind at all as he pulls the cart. He seemed like something maybe he'd done every day. He's a very nice beast of burden. He gives you no trouble. And the party travels on for about an hour or so, and you notice that the jungle on either side of you that breaks off into small meadows starts getting more and more open until suddenly you're basically out of the jungle, and the entire area is getting more arid and dry. The entire place is looking more wide open and more like hills and a little more flat than the jungle.
The cart's covered, right? Like, I'm not gonna get a sunroof?
Oh, of course, yeah, they're covered.
Okay, cool.
trying to make out people?
I'm not sure I'd be able to see people on the horizon, but I'm trying to see if I can see structures or anything big, at least noticeable, like landmark-wise on the horizon.
You can't currently see any buildings. You can make a perception check if you want to look extremely close. Now I'll give you guys lots of checks today. What you do notice is that the area's kind of opened up and become like flat. There's lots of sparse trees instead of the dense jungle. It's much more of like a savanna. You notice there's lots of like waist-high little egg-snatching creatures running around. There's lots of little dinosaurs running about. There's some large wild dogs that appear to be eating some kind of carcass on maybe less than a mile away. You know, just rocking the wild dog life.
Nice.
You see a couple of very small, long-necked creatures that are like leaning and bending trees over and reaching up to the high parts of them and eating the fresh greens.
Crunch, crunch.
As the party continues on, you suddenly notice you guys are like following a road basically south, a southern-based road. You notice up ahead there appears to be more wagons, but they're not on the road. They're like off to the side of the road.
I'm going to...
I quit.
What's this perception check for?
For looking at those caravans.
Alright.
With my other eyes.
Alright, does anybody else find anything?
Perception was to see in what way these were abandoned. I was trying to see if people up and left or if people there was like conflict.
Flame is going to announce that with his fantastic perception, he sees no people or livestock nearby.
Gensha is like, I'm not so sure about that.
Why are you so sure about that, Gensha? I can't say for sure. I just have this hunch that this might be a setup.
You played yourself.
My giant insight. Magnum insight. My magnum I would like to search the cards.
What are these insights for? Let's see. So I don't know if you guys get from like 20 feet or so and you stop and Gensha's going to get out and investigate, right?
Yeah. I'm going to put rest, but I'm going to have the card. That was Japanese, but the same card that I used I put my rib on the end of my stick and try to read it like a flag to mention notices. There's something strange going on with these cards, so I'm gonna find out what. Not something strange, it's something sinister. Come back, we can work together. I start solving through the cards. I hate doing it dressed, which is not really that hard to get whatever.
Gross.
Yeah.
What's Terran doing? What's Clang doing?
I'll keep my eye on the way. Kind of like making sure
idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna also do that. We'll tag team maximum perception.
Nice. You got some bird eyes.
Oh,
I need monster glasses for my magnum eyes.
I can't spell, I'm sorry. Alright, so both Clang and Terran look out onto the horizon. From a distance, all you can really make out is that those wild dogs are just going freaking nuts, and the big leaf-eating guys are just being placated by delicious trees. Let's see. Alright, like an eerie silence is on the savannah. You can only faintly hear anything. It's not as noisy as the jungle. The dry, sweltering heat is in your nose. It smells like dirt and it smells like grass.
Do I get up together? All that in my brain.
Paint your nose picture. Gensha just seems to be wandering back and forth around the carts. There's 3 carts. Or is it 2? I think there's 3.
I'm not just wandering around, is there nothing in the carts at all? Are they completely barren?
It's completely empty.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought that again, so everything was weird. I suppose you're right. Something in the damn carts. I give the one that I'm currently next to a firm kick and walk back to Congo too.
What does the party want to do now? Just keep going?
Yeah. I'd like to... Is there a way we can get those wild dogs to sort of wide berth?
You just want to avoid them?
Yeah.
Alright, it seems like if you take the road, you'll at least be far enough away from them that you won't be able to see them, but you can still hear them because they're just disgusting dogs. Some dirty boys. Alright, so the party takes a nice wide berth through the road and goes along on its way. It's getting near sunset, the sun's waning. You notice there's a couple of different types of animals are more active. The long-necked guys look like they have some kind of big grass nest they're all laying in together. And in the distance, I imagine Gensha's driving, so she would know. Is anybody else watching actively? Alright, so it's only the monk and Snort who are asleep. You 3 party members, as you're looking, you do see some structures up ahead. It looks like they're off to the side of the road. There's like a little enclave of them.
Is it directly on our path? You said it's just off in the distance, right?
Yeah, it looks like the path forks at some point, and one of the pathways goes to this set of structures.
That might be what we're looking for. Yeah, I say we investigate. How dark is it?
It's sunset, so you have dark vision, so it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, but it could be a societal thing, plus not everyone on the team has dark vision.
That's true. It's fairly dark. I mean, you would notice you would say it's nighttime or it's evening. Though the sun is still up.
I'd say if we're far enough away, we can set up a small camp and just wait until dawn. You said the sun's still up.
It Yeah, it's still up, but it's dark. You know, it's like at the sunset.
Yeah, okay.
What does Josh think?
Yeah. I don't know. Dark
I also don't have dark vision.
Pretty not go into the darkness and get lost. And a small person you might have a fight again. That said, I can sleep with the sleeping people. You go here. Well, that would split us up. That before we go to go, very like, sure. You know, we're just going you and us. Hey, we have torches. I'm not very stealthy either way, so it's not like we're going to be sneaking in there. Well, then like that.
Your phone ringing?
That's all that much. I'm wired.
Alright.
Is it more humid as it cooled down at dusk?
It's dry, but it's like a southern night, so it's very warm still. So it's like it's still in the 80s probably, and it will be until, from what you guys have experienced, it'll be in the 80s until like close to midnight, and it'll start getting cool.
Alright, so snake people are probably still active.
Alright, so the party's gonna continue on using torches, right?
Yep.
That's right. Alright, so the party continues on and you come to the fork. You guys want to take it to the structures, or you guys going to continue onward?
You want to check out the structures? Yep.
Alright, so the structure's about a mile away, and as you guys start there, everybody who's actively looking make a, everybody who's actively looking make perception checks. People with dark vision get a +5. Is that 2 perception checks?
The other one was for earlier.
That's right, okay.
I got 9 though.
What's the investigate for? Alright, so Terran and Gensha, you can, as you both look out, you see, looks like somebody's coming towards you guys. Man whispered a clang.
I announce that I see 2 mounted riders coming towards the party pretty fast.
I tell the noise to fast them to quiet down.
I kick you. I kick you with my bird foot. I kick you harder in the face.
What does the party want to do? Take any action on this?
Quickly. They're mounted.
Battle stations, everyone. That's where barbarians got the back.
I'm just gonna project my voice and be like, hey! Hey! Who goes there? Hey! Hey, listen! Who goes there?
Alright, the riders do not slow down. If anything, there's something, like, as soon as they get, like, halfway to you guys from the structures, you can clearly see there appears to be 4 people, 2 people per mount, and the mounts are much larger than you thought, and there's some kind of large carnotaurs they're riding on.
I rolled perception to see what the people riding on the dinosaurs were. Trying to see if they're looking for.
Is it me I'm looking for?
Alright, so is the monk gonna get up and the monk's gonna wake up?
Okay, so does it look like these people are going to attack us? Because that's the kind of jive that I'm getting.
That's an interesting question. So again, she's has dark vision, so she's getting a lot of this one.
Yeah, keep us appraised. How much am I worth? I'm prepared to use thaumaturgy to spook the mounts. Because I can create fire and scare them.
That's why I want to know about this, because we just grease them.
I can't use grease.
Actually, grease is not flammable. You have to have epic.
Let's see. Really? You have epic grease to make it flammable?
I'm terrible with Pathfinder, but I straight up put my player over doing that and then we set that anyone on fire. So. Anything we do to the emperor.
I always think about it when Morgan cast grease on the guy's mount so that he fell off his horse and we just beat him to death.
Actually, we didn't personally that, and then I knocked me unconscious while I was fighting orange, and I crushed him.
Oh yeah.
And then we talked about the time that same battle that Morgan cast right on the mountain's eyeballs.
Was I there for that? Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds incredibly familiar. That's because that was my campaign.
Yeah, I remember
the dude running on top of the crocodile. Oh.
yeah, because Morgan started a cool attack inside my armor. So he gave my AC bonus to just cast magic missile.
Hold up my hand and tell you guys not to attack, but I have a feeling that they might not be here to attack us.
Well, you told me to go back to bed, so I did.
Well, that's not what I'm worried about.
Okay, so I won't light them on fire.
Well, I don't know. 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 I don't know.
Alright, so the party's gonna not do combat? Alright. So mounted riders get within about 20 feet or so, and the mounts like turn up and stop. These like carnivores are pretty tall. The midsection of their body sits about like 17 or 18 feet off the ground. There's 2 orcs on the back of each of them. One of the orcs who's like the closest one, he like shouts out over to the party. He's like, identify yourselves.
We are citizens from the continent. Wait, just a second. The continent is Syria. We just came from.
I never told you guys, the original place you come from is Pagonis.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm playing Jangles, except like the sound effects, and then I'm gonna like wave my arms dramatically like I'm a stage show presenter.
And then you gotta cast
Thaumaturgy to set off little explosions.
How do you make a Diplo check?
Okay.
I'm gonna.
That's not an option. You mean like a charisma check?
Yeah. They got rid of diplomacy?
This persuasion.
Yeah.
I got a 7. I'm playing. Okay, I'm ready.
I don't know who that would make the fun of that.
Oh yeah. I'm playing Jangles in the room.
Hello?
God damn it.
Gross now.
Spies up the highest portable.
Did my 7 get me a fan club?
We're citizens from. What did you say the town was?
You guys are from Highcliff, I guess, if that's where you're on Zyria, you mean?
Yeah, because I assumed we were from Highcliff. We are citizens escaping from Highcliff. We're looking for the Yuan. And we're looking for the Yuan-Zi.
And we're looking for the legendary winner.
I'm looking for shiny objects.
What I would say about the link for
Let's see, like this orc, after you tell him all these things, he just looks at the other orc in the helmet, and that guy tips his helmet up and he's already smiling, and they both just start laughing at you guys.
Clang is a comedian. This pleases him.
Why do you laugh?
They're like, you must be fresh meat. He does something with his hand. He takes off his gauntlet, and he has like something on the back of his hand. He's like, there is an escape. You can't escape Zyria. He's like, where's your marks? What'd you do?
We have one.
No.
Right. I think you misunderstand. We were merely escaping Highcliff in search for the Yuan-Zi. And also I beat some men with chairs. We're not really new so much as just new out of Highcliff.
Let's see, they'd tell you, he'd like mutter to himself a bit, and he'd be like, oh, you're soft skins. He's like, I heard they don't do this anymore. He shows you the symbol on his hand. It looks like, it's like a bag or some kind of satchel with like an arrow through it. And he says that he and his entire family, they were caught poaching on the king's land. They're poachers. He says that you can come dine with them in their yurts.
Cool. I'll be like, hey, you got any bugs?
It's been a long time since I've had actual traditional warrior games.
Do they got any bugs?
No, they don't eat bugs. They're orcs. They eat raw meat usually.
They don't eat fucking bugs? What uncultured swine? I won't actually say that. I swear. I think it though, and I scowl on my bird face.
Oops. What did the monk say?
That's all you need from me. No, I'm still asleep.
Alright, did Densha or Terran want to do anything?
They came from the building, right?
Correct.
Terran's gonna ask, so, what's in those buildings over there? They feel friendly about it.
The orcs are just like, you can come and find out.
I think he's coming on to you. Is this a date?
Might just be that orcs are just people of few words.
I mean, I'm all ready to go and work.
I'm down, even though they don't have bugs. I'm guessing they're probably covered in bugs, though.
Alright, so the party follows the riders back. As soon as they get back, you see they have a huge, long neck on this really long spigot with his whole neck on the spigot, and they're spinning it over this really long fire.
Wow, that's impressive.
Damn.
What else? It's like a whole family, so there's 7 or 8 yurts. There's 8 yurts, but the last one's for the smaller game animals and stuff. And there's children running around. There's orcs and orc women. They're just doing all sorts of stuff. Traditional orc making food. Nice. So you guys want to camp with the orcs? Do you guys want to look in their yurts? Do you want to touch the orc people?
I'm gonna party with these orcs.
Touch the orcs.
I want to touch... I do want to touch the bugs on their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I'm a doctor, let me check.
Ugh. Jesus. That's not covered by your insurance. Let's see, the orc's look, he's look now, small man, and he points at the yurts, and he opens one of them up, and it's full of these beautiful carpets, and these beautiful draping colors, these satins and these reds that are so deep.
But no bugs, uncultured.
Nah, it's actually super clean. Nice.
Weapons about that, use some weapons.
Oh, they...
Around the orcs.
No, I'm gonna barter with the orcs. I just, looking for crossbows. Finally, we've encountered people that might have weapons.
Let's see.
Wrong people that we're all that good at having weapons.
He just wasn't great at it.
Well, they have spears and javelins.
Alright, why don't you make an investigation check? Densha wants to get some good cooking, so I imagine they deliver her orc-style pure blood sausage. They are. They have lots of meats. I mean, the sausage you can eat anytime because it's a dried, cured meat.
That's also true. You can just grind up meat, case it, and bam, you got yourself a sausage.
And what's that sausage for?
Mango sausage.
Mm-hmm. What else? I imagine the monk gets some alcohols. Clang investigates, plays with orcish children, eats bugs. Oh, excuse me, sorry. there's an orc with like really like a big long beard but no hair, and his beard is like almost like woven together like a tapestry. And he talks to Terran, and Terran's like asking about whenever he says bows, this guy's common isn't really good, so he's like, whoa, crossbow. He just has like a regular bow, he puts another bow across it. But they're willing to barter with you, but they don't have any like crossbows, they don't have any automatic crossbows. They're mounted archers, so they use like this special kind of short bow.
Special kind of short bow. Hang on. Yeah, I can use a short bow. That would be good as well. I don't have what you might call an abundance of wealth, but I'm friendly and I have some wealth.
He just kind of looks cross. He's like, he just like whispers something to another orc, and that orc laughs, and he's like, this orc isn't into men, he says.
I short it off, and I pull out, a while ago we got a bunch of, I have 6 fancy dinner knives. And this is that way they could use some fancy cutlery. Naturally. I kind of offer them to them to look at.
They examine them very closely. One of the orc with the beard, he puts like most of the knife into his mouth, further back than you think anybody should, and he starts chewing on it. He brings it out, it's a little bit gnarled, and he kind of looks at you like you're trying to sell him something that's broken. It's because they're silver, so they're not like, it's not like extremely strong.
Well, except that, someone focused over that kind of exasperated.
You guys must have other things that you can trade them, though. I'm trying to think.
I have a bowler hat that does some magical thing that I don't know yet, but that's not. I say, you mean what? And pop the big ring off my phone. You mean like this ring?
Wow. Those orcs are just like nearing that ring. They're like, so when the big orc, he says to you in Orcish, he's like, what kind of fat prick did you have to kill to get this ring?
I tell him back in Orcish, I sawed off some fat human. And then I start laughing about it.
I just imagine like the monk is just like drinking right there or something and he has no idea.
I asked them if they'd be able to either give me something like an upgrade to my Morningstar, or if they'd be able, like, a better weapon, or if they'd actually be able to upgrade my weapon.
What about your net?
I already got a net.
Oh, you got the chain one. Dang, you're right, yeah. They probably can. I guess they would probably have to have a smithy to forge their own weapons, so I assume that they do. Why don't we make a persuasion check with one of them, and he can figure it out, and I'll make 2 checks. But they will trade that ring for 2 short bows.
I really need more short bows, because I've got a javelin.
Yeah, but Karen wants a short bow. Well, what was Karen, what was your magical item?
I have a magic bowler hat. I know it's magic because I did magic on it at some point today. But we never figured out what it did. So, I'm not sure.
Nuts. Alright, Benny, have Cad make some fortitude checks if he's going to be drinking this very strong ale that these orcs have brought up for him to try, hearing that he's a fancier of ale. let's see. They will say that they will take. I mentioned you as you talk about it, you have the hat. They will say they'll take that hat and any coins you got, and they will give you a short bow.
No, I can't get rid of the hat, so I don't know what it does, but it's magical.
It is.
That's more important to me than anyone.
It's true.
So I gotta show and say thanks for some things.
Right. Let's see, with that persuasion check, I imagine, they say they can smith you one, but you'll have to be here, like, over a day, because they can reforge and resharpen these edges. They said you're free to use the grindstone, though.
I have to stick back for that.
Yeah, you have to stay there for a whole day while they re-smith some of it, because he's like, this is a fine piece, and he looks at it, and he flips it around back and forth, and he's like, it's been used quite a bit, I can tell.
That is true. I'll run it by the party, but I think that those of us who didn't really sleep on the way here could use a full day's rest and maybe like a bath.
I think the orcs have baths.
I mean, they can train in the river or something. They probably heat up water in a big kettle.
Probably.
And then just have a big communal bath.
That would be cool. Interesting. So, let's see. So, actually, it'll probably be easier to speak this out. So, Clang's going to look for people to heal, and the children tell Clang that their chieftain is unable to walk. He's ill or something, they say. So, Clang's going to go see the chieftain.
Squawk.
Can I help?
You can.
There's also a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Let's see, when you go to see him, he's basically on this mat, and looks like he's like writing something, like a letter or something.
I'm like, knock knock! On the tent wall, except I say knock knock.
Let's see, the chieftain does speak pretty good common, probably, I would imagine, because he can't be diplomatic if you can't speak common, basically. When you come in, he's basically like sprawled out on the floor. His legs are like noodles. He's like just sitting on like a really nice carpet.
I'm just gonna start looking at his legs and not even really introduce myself.
Alright, make a medicine check. Taryn, you can also make a medicine check. Meanwhile, the other two party members are outside eating and drinking delicious orcish food, which is very meat flavorful. It's very sensitive. Like, there's a whole spectrum of meat flavors, and they're like, savory isn't just a flavor, it's a spectrum. And they show you how different types of things can taste and how smoky meat can be. Alright, I imagine Taryn... Yeah.
They were looking for men and sex. I see how it is.
Blowing the orc culture away. Imagine Taryn picks up the man's legs and moves them around. The man has accepted that you can look at his legs, but he says that, he's like, there might be nothing you can do, child. He says he's been this way since he was born, actually. And you conclude that he basically has, like, no muscles in his legs, and, like, it looks like his legs, he was maybe, like, something, probably like some kind of birth defect or something. His legs are like small. Like, even if you healed him, his legs would never lift him. He'd have to be like physically rehabilitated over months.
I'm gonna just tell him, or rather, I'll do this in character. Well, if your legs are just like this and it's not an illness, do you think anyone here is sick? I'm a healer. I might as well heal some people while I'm here since you fed me so many tasty bugs.
Let's see. He tells you that you're a good person, and he looks you in the face when he says that.
I squint my eyes. Like, why?
He says that, he talks about how there's like orc tradition of doing, like when you're indebted to somebody, you must like repay it in some way, and that he's seeking to do it. He finds that to be more satisfying than just about anything he's seen today. And he looks at all these papers he has, and he like crumples them up, and he like hops in this thing. It's like a scoop or something, and he's like, he's like, forget these paperworks. Let's go be alive.
But for real, I'm looking to heal someone. Does anyone have a cold? A runny nose? Weird stuff in their eyes?
There aren't any sick people.
Why? That's where all the bugs live!
This clang voice. Alright. So imagine the orcish people have a big feast where they cut up the long neck and everybody gets a big piece of it. It looks like a big piece of anime meat because their neck piece is just a huge long muscle basically. Oh man, make a perform. We still got that right. We didn't take that from us, did we?
Gosh, I hope so. Otherwise, these ranks are not.
Let's see. As you guys are partying, the orcs mention that you guys wanted to go see the Yuan-ti, and one of the guys tells you that you should be careful. He heard that what the Yuan-ti do is they capture beautiful women, and then they tie them to a post, and they soak them in oil, and then they break their legs by throwing them in a pit, and then whatever, then like when their legs are broken, they don't feel like crawling, so they light them on fire, and whatever direction they crawl, they're like, that's the direction the Yuan-ti raid for the entire season.
Good thing none of us are beautiful women. Looks at Snort.
Snoozing. Let's see. They like your music. They've never seen such a delicate instrument before. They show you how they have their horns, and the chieftain plays from one of them, and it makes a strange noise like flies buzzing around a cow's face.
Oh, Clay likes that. He mimics it immediately.
Do I think I could learn to play the horn instrument off just my musical talent? Like if I picked it up like that, I could just kind of go for it?
Make an intelligence check. We'll figure out if you need training in it just by practicing tonight.
And I'm not rolling well.
Yeah, it seems to elude you a bit, mostly because the horn doesn't really have a note. It's just how much you push your face against it, he explains. It doesn't have buttons, sorry, not notes. What's Cab doing? The last band, but he went to sleep.
Actually went to sleep.
This happens sometimes.
Granny.
I wonder why I never made those Constitution, the fortitude checks.
You fucking passed out.
My game's so exciting it puts Penny to sleep.
I mean, it's not hard to do that, babe.
That's true. Let's see. I feel like we should call him and wake him up. But like, this is just be Benny snoring for the next like hour or so. So we'll just play without him for now, I guess.
Does this mean he failed his fortitude save?
Yeah, I think he did fail his fortitude save. Alright, so the party can stay there the whole night. Imagine you stay up fairly late. The orcs will answer any questions you have that they know about the Yuan-ti. Does you have any questions for them about them?
I asked them if they recognize the sword that I have.
Oh, you bring up the hollow hilt sword?
Yeah.
He picks it up, he's like, oh yeah, as soon as he holds it, he knows that it's like Yuan-ti steel, the way they do it. Like, he like shows you all parts of it. He shows you on the handle, there's like a symbol on the hilt, and it's like these two snakes that look like they're facing each other, but they're intertwined at the bottom. And he's like, that's like the royal, that's like, they don't call it a royal sigil, that's like a government sigil. I can't read it. Oh, it went away.
I'll be right back.
Okay, you could have just said that, I got it. Yeah, so he tells you it's a fairly nice sword, and he's like, they're definitely wanting it, because they just make it so ornate. You guys have any other questions about them, or questions also you could ask about locations for them, or you could ask about the legendary heroes that Benny's going to miss out on?
Well, we mentioned the legendary heroes already. Do they know anything about them?
They say that they've actually encountered two of them, but they've never seen the third. They say that one of them is like an elf, and that he actually lives fairly close to where they are. Over actually on the map, they actually kind of gesture in the western direction, off where the savannah meets the jungle. They say, and they didn't like talking to him very much. But he was very much what'd you say? Or somebody who doesn't get out a lot. And the other person was a human who was very peculiar and apparently is a wanderer.
Okay. But they don't have any way for us to like find them potentially? Kind of go around?
Basically, they wouldn't know, because I mean, they're nomadic themselves. Their yurts pack up and go on the conatours, and they go and move all around, so they also know the heroes, except for... Oh, excuse me. They're not really sure exactly where they're located, especially the one who wanders, but they could probably find the other guy again if you need help finding the first hero. So yeah, so you guys have companions if you need help tracking them down next time.
Probably use a couple of them in the morning if they would be so inclined.
Yeah, do you want to try to take them with you, a few of them?
Yeah. Well, let me see. I'd be interested to see how some of your warriors fare against the Yuan-Ti. We could definitely use your assistance. Where is it?
Yeah, they might need a persuasion check. Yeah. Oh wow, that's pretty persuasive.
I gotta get something good at some point.
Let's see. Since I don't need any current foraging, the blacksmith and his son are going to go with you, and his son is actually one of the people who is riding one of the mounts with the helmets on, so you get two guys to join you, but they can't spare too many because they live hand to mouth as they hunt.
That's fine.
You gain two orcish companions.
They'll still be able to smith my thing during the day.
Yeah, if you're able to, you have to bring their bellows and some kind of smithing plate they can use. Actually, I don't know if they would be able to, because they would need to have a large fire to be able to heat up enough.
Because I figured we'd still be staying the day to get ready and get prepared, so they'd be able to do that during the day and then we would leave. And they had explained, or I may not have articulated as well as I wanted to.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Save the rest of the day and finish upgrading your mace. Alright, the rest of the party would probably want to stay. I mean, it's pretty much just Taryn, because Kitty went to the bathroom, Benny's sleeping, and we don't have Morgan. So does the party want to stay for that day to finish Gensha's mace? Is Taryn okay with that?
Yeah, I don't mind if you're asking if Heather's okay with the work joining us, right?
Yes, but also if you're staying like an extra period of time, but also that, yes.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Where are these, Kitty? You brought in
Sir.
some strange beverages.
Yes. Balabot then thinking there was something else. She's like, you like seltzer? And I'm like, yes.
That's pretty good, actually. Alright. So as you stay, they finish the mace, and they make it a +1 mace.
I'm imagining they put like cool little, I guess, enhancements or maybe like bubbles or something like that.
They re-sculpted parts of it to make it sharper again at more angles, because before it only had a couple of points, I imagine. They've like reshaped it almost into like a morning star shape now. And then they did something where they put it in like this weird clay that was green, and when it broke off, it was like the metal had smoothed over in certain parts and became rough on others. Gave it a fine upgrade. It also left it with like a nice blue steel color. Alright, does the party want to pack up and move on with the 2 new orc compatriots?
Sure.
Yeah.
Out of a humble curiosity, can I have your thoughts? Sure.
Oh yeah, well their son is the archer on the back of their mount. They're not bringing their mounts though, actually. They're just going to be going with you guys. In your cart, probably. They bring like these their backpacks are weird. They're like this red satin color, and they bring these huge carpets. What else? Yes, I believe the father is actually, he uses a two-handed axe, so like a halberd, and the son uses a bow and arrow, a short bow. Alright, so the party sets off. The orcish people are like waving and like handkerchiefs. It's like the Titanic's leaving or something. Looking around and waving stuff. And the village chieftain hugs Clang.
I'm snuggly and cute. Eats bugs off of him.
Nice. So it's whispering to me. It's like... Alright, so the party's continuing on. It's early morning. You guys make some great gameplay as you're going on. The orcish people are like swapping stories. They're very social. And then during midday when it's at its hottest, they basically put up the tarps and they cover themselves in water, and they cover the tarps in water, and then they lay on them and it keeps them cool. And let's see, so Clang, Taryn, you're both like on the front also riding along with Venture, keeping an eye out, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Both of you make reflex saves. And also perception checks. I've been using those like all night, sorry.
I forgot where my saves live.
Alright, I'm supposed to get well with this.
This is a dex cube.
Okay, I keep looking for like, oh no, I keep looking for reflex save, like the old thing still.
Alright, so as you guys are watching the horizon, the orcs are like resting while staying cool in the back with the supplies. Suddenly there's like a whooshing noise. You guys come like, you're like up against a tree line on one side, and there's a whooshing noise, and suddenly like both Clang and Taryn are just like, they're floating, and you're like, what's happening? The ground is moving so fast below you, and you're leaving the cart far behind. Taryn's able to wiggle though and fall fall back safely to the ground. When he looks up, he sees that there's a humongous feathered creature just tried to carry him off, and one is carrying off Clang right now.
I'm finally flying, guys. Then we continue to
Alright, roll to hit that guy. You said that you're gonna shoot your bow at one and then aim at the next guy, right?
He's getting the orc to do it.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to pick up the... Nuts, we'll have to get you a bow. Alright, so the orc immediately steps outside of the thing. He sees the bird carrying away Clang, and let's see how it goes. Oh, he gets a hit! He hits the bird, and he does 2 damage. When he hits it, it doesn't let go of Clang. Instead, it makes like a loud screaming noise, and continues to fly until it gets very high in the sky, and then goes over in a jungle area.
Can I cast that stupid insult cantrip that was here?
Vicious Mockery?
Yeah, that one.
Doesn't he have to be able smart enough to understand it or something? Or is that a different one? I think
That's laughing spell.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, let's roll with it.
What? It's rage.
Can I attack it after?
You can.
Get the wisdom save. You avoid damage.
Okay. One second. I had to look up what it was going to be. I'm sorry, that's a -3, so he got a 3.
Alright, it fails and takes 4 damage.
Oh!
Shout and insult at it.
What do you say to him?
You're not as cool as my bird, man.
Oof! Ouch! Like the words just become like become like letters in front of you, and they turn into little knives and shoot out to hit that bird. The bird still doesn't drop Clang, even though it's taking. Well, it looks like it's taking some serious damage now. Instead, you see it lower into a nearby jungle, in which you can no longer see it, and the branches and trees eclipse the creature in Clang. All right, Clang, you can go.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame cantrip and just like grab its feet where it's holding me and toast them.
Okay, you know you're like really high in the air, right?
Yeah. I thought I was near the tree line.
Yeah, there's a jungle. The trees are quite tall.
I know, but I can catch it myself, maybe.
You can hit yourself in the tree branch and die.
Are you telling me not to do this?
No, go ahead.
Well, I
What's the damage?
changed my mind.
What's the damage? You already said it, so here we go.
It is
I'm the best boyfriend.
1d8.
Alright, roll it. Oh, it's a +4?
Yeah, that's my spell casting bonus.
Alright. You burn it, and then you suddenly are dropping. The rest of the party can't see this. What is the rest of the party doing?
I guess we should follow in the direction the bird went, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if it's not...
Does the party want to break off into the jungle?
As far as I know, the bird wasn't letting Clank go, so... So, you asshole, get back here.
Should I make a dex save?
I'll whisper it to you. Alright, so as the party make investigation to try and find the bird or use perception if you want to try to spot it. I mean, I think they're both the same modifier, aren't they? Make an investigation, see if you can find Clang. So, with those investigations, you jump off, you each pair with a different orc, and head off into the jungle. You're both looking about, and you see Clang drop, but you don't see where he goes into, and then you see the bird fly in another direction. Do you want to track the bird or Clang? Alright, so the party starts heading in that direction. Wow.
Guitar solo.
Yeah, that was a great track. That's hilarious, Ben. Yeah, I'm not whispering that, we're just saying that.
It's fine.
Okay. Just let me know.
Okay.
Alright, so the party finally comes to the spot where they're pretty sure Clang fell. They start looking around, they don't see Clang in any of the bushes. What does the party want to do?
Survival check to see if I can smell Clang, because Clang is sneaky. Last one.
Nice. You start sniffing the air. It's a little bit more moist here. There's just so much foliage climbing into your nose. You can feel it like vines wrapping around a tree. But faintly, there's a stench. It smells like goblin piss. And you're like, it must be Clang!
I'm almost a stench of piss!
Alright, you come to the base of a very large tree. It's like brambly, but it's like a fairly straight up tree. It's huge around. It's as thick around as the Triceratops' stomach. Would you like to climb the tree or look into the tree?
I'm sorry, I thought there was more. I thought you would cut out, and I just heard the silence being punctuated by that similar thing. Yeah, I'm gonna climb the tree.
Alright, make an athletics check. Does Taryn want to also try to climb the tree?
Let me quick check my...
Check the athletics score.
Yeah, sure.
Nice, you got the same stench anyway. So you both start climbing a tree along with one of the orcs. The younger orc's gonna stay behind. So you guys start making your way up branch by branch. As you do, you're slowly leaving more and more trees behind you, basically. It's just like, this tree is extremely tall. I can't get over this Ben snoring.
I will continue in my quest. I must find the stick.
Alright, you follow your nose to your cereal, and you make your way, and suddenly, out on an outstanding branch, a very thick one compared to the other ones you're standing on, you see there's a bunch of branches and bramble, and then a clang, and a bunch of also clangs or something. There's a bunch of creatures that just like clang around him in this nest.
The clang must be rescued. Somehow.
You notice that the clang is regurgitating food into the other birds' mouths.
So you have conscience then.
Yeah,
Like, okay. Maybe
I'm a mom now.
stopping you from coming down?
I'm a mom now. I have responsibilities.
Alright,
That was abrupt.
is Densha gonna go to clang?
You can't be a mom. You have to come with us.
Alright, children, let's go.
Alright, so as Densha stands on this branch, suddenly there's a swooping sound, and then the branches bowed a lot more. When Densha looks again, she sees this, it's like an enormous feathered dinosaur, basically. It has like one of its eyes just staring directly at Densha. It's in between her and the tree's trunk, basically, on the branch. It's massive and terrifying looking.
Hot damn. Does it pose me a threat?
It's not moving, but you definitely, like, as soon as you look in its eyes, you can feel, like, chills about, like, there's something very dangerous about this creature.
Nice.
Also, you're, like, 70, 80 feet in the air.
I'm gonna stare it down.
Make an intimidate check.
You about to get fucking intimidated, boy.
And so you try to poof yourself up to look real big. This creature's chest, like, inflates, and he looks like a booby. He looks like one of those big, like, birds. He just sort of inflates his chest, and he suddenly looks twice as large, and his face becomes, like, bright red from this deep blue.
Can Aaron try and, like, counter this counter?
Yeah, you want to try to make an intimidate yourself?
Yes, the small halfling.
Do it.
Also trying.
Let's see. Become big.
Become the scariest. Oh,
Oh wait! That's halfling lucky. You can either take the other roll or I can re-roll. But because it's a 1, I get to re-roll.
Alright.
Do you want me to roll again or do you want to take the second roll?
I would just take the second roll. So that'd be pretty weird. How can you be scarier? What I imagine is that you're actually on a branch above where that one is, and you're like, oh, I have to do something. When you trip and you fall, catch a bunch of ferns all over your body, and then when you land on the branch next to the creature, it turns and looks at you, and when you stand up, they're like all like attached to your body, and you look like this huge creature that's half of the tree. The bird.
I am scary.
Super scary.
Terrifying.
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 This creature flies over and just like stands, just like flaps her wings, and suddenly over by where the babies are. And I imagine Gensha and Clang are next to each other, but the babies are like, she's like wrapped her whole body around them.
I'm gonna use a persuasion.
What action are you going to take with that?
Actually, I'm changing my mind.
So persuade this bird. Imagine it's like the bird, but it has like the same kind of voice thing. It says something mean about you or something.
Yeah.
Make your feet smell.
I am very stinky.
It's an animal. I don't think it thinks that you're stinkier than it.
Alright, I guess I'm just gonna hop out of the nest.
Are you like 70 feet in the air?
I went towards Gensha on the branch.
Okay. As soon as you do, the big bird is trying to keep you in the nest.
This is why I was gonna use persuasion!
The haunting of Terran. Jeez.
Or actually use handle animal. That seems like a smarter move.
Let's see. The big orc whispers to Gensha. He says, I can throw him the axe and we can cut his head right off from here.
I have to do it. I don't know if this would make any sense, but I've dreamt of something like this.
Alright, you're soothing this animal. It is not so frightened of... what was the joke we made about Terran being scary?
The Terran bull?
Terrifying.
Yep.
Is not as afraid of the terrifying now and is more comforted. Alright, does anybody else want to take any other actions?
I'm gonna try to leave the nest again.
The orc man says that he'd be able to cut his head off clean. Like, cut his head off here, right?
Yeah, right where you're standing. He's right behind you on the branch.
I'm going to say, illegal!
The bird will not let you go.
What do you think? He's talking about the bird, he's not talking about the long boy, right? Because if he's talking about the bird, then yes, we will try open fire at the bird, but
No. Wow! I'm gonna use command on the bird.
I think you can. Does it have any prerequisites?
Let me get to see. I read it earlier. It doesn't say... Well, it has to succeed a wisdom saving throw or follow the command.
Alright, I'll do the wisdom check. I don't think so.
Cool. I'm gonna tell it to stop. And then well, I can only use one word. It's a one-word command. Release. There we go. I'll use release.
Alright. The bird will let you go. You can now return to Gensha.
Swag.
swag.
No killing the bird now. Let's just go on our way.
Oh, jeez.
Extra loud banging. Alright, does the party want to descend the tree?
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to cut Terran down. He's like stuck in the tree.
Please, thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
I am terrified, though.
Absolutely.
I want a strong contractor try and break them down.
I will assist with my bird hands.
Not bad. You managed to both tear him down. He's like, the vines come off pretty easily, like wrapping paper on Christmas. You just rip him down. He's like, I'm free! And there's like a horrifying amount of spiders on him. The party safely descends the tree. Once you do, you can still see the bird creature is up there, watching you the whole time. Eventually you feel like you can see the eyes on your head.
Bye, Mom!
the party want to return to the cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna find that bastard.
Good morning, Benny.
It's been 10 years. What are you
So the party returns to the cart, and the cart basically continues on its way, having had a nice little detour, spared the life of this crazy bird creature, who may or may not have thought the clang was its child.
It happens.
Mistaken identity, you know. And the party continues on. Make it quite a long ways. The savannah just keeps getting drier and drier. The trees getting more and more sparse as you go, and the heat just never stops. It feels like you're basically in an oven. You're right next to a blast furnace with your face right in the flames. But finally it becomes night. Do you guys want to camp?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll stop there for this week. We'll stop early because we don't have Benny and we don't have Morgan. Because you guys only like to play if, well, I don't like to play if we're 2 people down.
That's fair.
But it was a good game this week. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
We had lots of friends.
I feel like we're making some good headway here.
Lots of progress. What did you guys think about the cart? Oh, actually, I'll stop the stream real quick.